And we're back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Roll School. My name is Nathaniel. I'm one of the hosts here at the channel. And today we're bringing you guys more Magic content. So every time that there's a new set, we didn't actually do this for Turtles, I don't think. But every time there's a new Magic set that we're actually excited about, I will get on here. I like to do a limited review, just talk about the cards from a limited perspective, because draft and sealed are the best ways to play Magic. And if you disagree with that, I think you're wrong, but that's okay. You're allowed to be wrong. Genuinely, obviously, have your own opinions. There's great ways to play this game, but we've been feeling very out of Magic lately. You guys will see that in a video that we've got coming out eventually. I think I've referenced it in the last video, but I don't know if they're coming out in that order or not. I'd have to talk to our lovely sort of producer and video organizer, my wife, Ashley. But regardless, we are excited enough about Strixhaven to make these videos, and so we are making a limited set review of Secrets of Strixhaven. So we did the multicolored and colorless, and so now we are on to the white cards. Before we jump into all of my thoughts and opinions on this, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. Any and all of it is greatly appreciated, especially a subscription. It helps so much on a small channel like ours to take just the time to hit that button and bump us up there. We are 91 subscribers away from actually being able to be like a member on YouTube or whatever it's called. Like YouTube, I don't know, I remember exactly what it's called, but it's at 500 subscribers. I cannot believe we're at 409, so thank you guys for all the love and support. Here we go. Johnny's Response. This is 4 and a white instant. It costs 3 less to cast if it targets a tapped creature. Destroy target creature. Great. 5 mana, destroy a creature. And 2 mana, destroy target tapped creature. At instant speed, really solid premium removal. I might even just call this 6 out of 10 right now. Boom. Starting off strong. Antiquities on the Loose. 1 and 2 white sorcery. Create 2 2/2 red and white spirit creature tokens. Then, if this spell was cast... Wait. White is in 2 of the color combinations as well, isn't it? It's in Orzhov and it's in Boros. Red is only in Boros. No, red's in Is It. Okay, so I guess all the colors are used twice. Ignore that in my last video then. I think green, blue, and black are still going to be the ones that come out the most. But yeah, I guess all the colors are used twice. Any hoosers. Put a +1/+1 counter on each spirit you control. Then if the spell is cast from anywhere other than your hand, put a +1/+1 counter on each spirit you control. So you can flashback it, but if you manage to cast it in a different way as well, you would get that effect. I mean, 3 mana for 2 2/2s is totally fine, and 6 mana for 2 3/3s, potentially more if you have other spirits. Totally fine. Nothing game-breaking about this, but I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Ascendant Dust Speaker, 4 and a white. Orc Cleric, 3/4, flying. When this creature enters, put a +1/+1 counter on another target creature you control. Fine, but you have to have 2 creatures on board. At the beginning of combat on your turn, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. Could get your Boros energies online, but I don't love it. I don't love the stat line either, so I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. Daydream, 1 white, sorcery, exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control with a +1/+1 counter on it. And you can flashback this. This is really cool with ETB effects, and it's also just 1 mana, put a +1/+1 counter on something. Totally fine, 4 out of 10. Dig Site Inventory, 1 white sorcery, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains Vigilance until end of turn, and it's got flashback. This one's fine, but I don't think that does a whole lot, so I'm gonna call it 3 out of 10. Eager Glyph Mage, 3 and a white cat cleric, 3/3. When it enters, create a 1/1 white and black inkling creature token with flying. Totally fair. I'll take 4 mana for 4 power, 4 toughness, and one of them's flying. 1/1? Sure. We'll call that a 4 out of 10. Elite Interceptor, 1 white, 1/2. It enters prepared, and then you can pay 1 and a white to tap or untap target creature and draw a card. Totally fine. I like the 1 mana 1/2 with the potential replacement and tapping ability. So, sure, totally fair, fine by me, 4 out of 10. Emeritus of Truce, okay, 1 and 2 white cat cleric, 3/3, okay, fine. When this creature enters, target player creates a 1/1 white and black inkling creature token with flying. Then, if an opponent controls more creatures than you, this creature becomes prepared. And it's got Swords to Plowshares, okay, so exile target creature, its controller gains life equal to its power. Very powerful removal spell on this Emeritus of Truce. So I like that. 3 mana, 3/3. Target player creates a 1/1. So you could give another creature a 1/1. A lot of versatility in this card. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Innis Debate Moderator, a 1 and a white, 1/1 for 1/1 for 2. Human Cleric, when it enters, exile up to one other target creature you control. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. At the beginning of your end step, if one or more cards were put into exile this turn, put a plus. Okay, cool. So it can get bigger. And it's probably going to get bigger, at least from its first effect. So it's really a 2-mana 2/2. Fine, but nothing crazy. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10 as well. Erode. 1 white, instant. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Its controller may search the library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield tapped. Then shuffle. It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. This is going to be a pretty premium removal, I assume, in standard. But this is great in limited. Absolutely great in limited. You don't typically like ramping your opponents, but 1 mana instant removal is extremely powerful if you use this on the right thing. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. Graduation Day, 1 white enchantment. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, this is repartee. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Not bad. It's cheap enough that I'm actually not like against this getting out there. It does seem a little difficult because you got to do this. Then you got to cast something. So there's a few steps to this process, but I don't hate it. I'll give it a 4 out of 10. Group Project. 1 and a white sorcery. Create a 2/2 red and white spirit creature token. Flashback. Tap 3 untapped creatures you control. And then, of course, you can cast it again. So this is just a way to get red and white spirit creature tokens online. Totally fine for its mana cost. It's also a way to have things removed, get removed from your graveyard in Boros. So I love that. That is going to be a 4 out of 10 for me. I guess that makes this one a 3 out of 10, though, because I don't like it that much. Harsh Annotation. 1 and a white instant. Destroy target creature. Its controller creates a 1/1 white and black inkling creature token with flying. I do like destroy target creature effects at instant speed. This is extremely powerful. I like the fact that it's only 2 mana. Typically, we don't like giving our opponents creatures, so I'm going to bump this down to like a 5 on the removal scale, but it's still extremely powerful that it can just, take anything out. Honor-Bound Page, 3 and a white cat cleric, 3/3. First strike, this creature enters prepared, and then you can Forum's Favor. Target creature gets +1/+0 and gains flying until end of turn. Totally fine, but nothing crazy. I'm going to give this one a 3, I think. Maybe a 4. I'll give it a 4 out of 10. I like the first strike on it a lot. I think the first strike is going to put in some work. Informed Inkwright. Creature, human, wizard, 2/2 with vigilance, and it's got repartee, or reparte, I don't know. Create a 1/1 white and black inkling creature token with flying. That's honestly not too bad. So 2 mana, 2/2 with vigilance, already a solid baseline, and then if you manage to trigger that, you're just making more creatures. No problem with me. Totally fine with that. We're here for it. We're chilling. We are chilling. And this is, of course, when we talked about white and black needing ways to sacrifice creatures, having fodder creatures, all of these white and black inklings are exactly what you're supposed to be sacrificing. So I like this a lot. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. Ink Shape Demonstrator, 3 and a white elephant cleric, 3/4, ward 2. Okay. Whenever you cast an instant source, repartee, I don't remember again, but this creature gets +1/+0 and gains lifelink. Totally fine, but the ward 2 is nice, but it's not like a crazy stat line, so it's between a 3 and a 4. I think it ekes into 4 territory, but barely. Interjection, 1 white instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains first strike. Totally fine combat trick, but it's just that. It's just a combat trick. I don't love combat tricks, so I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. I do like that it gives it first strike, though. That's more likely to keep your creature around in this play into being a removal, so maybe it deserves a 4, but I'll call it 3 for now. Joined Researchers. Creature, human, cleric, wizard, 2/2 for 2. First strike at the beginning of each end step. If an opponent has more cards in hand than you, this creature becomes prepared. And then you can spend 1 and 2 white. You and target opponent each draw 3 cards. I don't love paying mana to give our opponents cards, and I mean the body on this is just fine, really, at best. So I don't love this card. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. Owlin Historian. 2 and a white, creature, bird, cleric, flying. When this creature enters, surveil 1. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. I mean, that's fine. It buffs it up a little bit. I do like the surveil on entering, but it's probably still a 3 out of 10. Maybe 4 with all of what it does, but not much. It's right on that line. Practiced Offense. 2 and a white, sorcery. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature target player controls. Target creature gains your choice of double strike or lifelink until end of turn. I mean, it's a pretty good combat trick that sticks around because it is actually a counter. And obviously, if you have a bunch of the Inklings, this can get extremely powerful. I don't think it's broken, but I do think it could be really good. It is obviously stronger than the average combat trick because Double Strike is extremely powerful. Lifelink could be extremely powerful. So, and I like that it has flashback as well, and a cheaper flashback if you can manage to get into your graveyard. I'm going to say 5 out of 10. Boom. Primary Research. 4 and a white enchantment. When it enters, return target non-land permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. At the beginning of your end step, if a card left your graveyard this turn, draw a card. I do like that a lot. I like that this goes and gets something, draws you a card, and then has the potential to draw you a card on future turns. I think that's a really good way to play an enchantment, is that an enchantment does something as soon as you play it, and then has the potential to do things in the future. That makes a much better card. So I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10, potentially 5. I do love card draw. Quillblade Laureate, 1 and a white for a 1/1 double strike. This creature enters prepared. 2-fold intent. Target creature gets +1/+0 and gains double strike until end of turn. Obviously, this is a huge place for those +1/+1 counters. If you happen to have this in your deck and ways to put +1/+1 counters on something, making this a 3/3 with double strike or even a 4/4 with double strike, it's extremely powerful. But obviously, that is if that happens. So you need to make sure that that does happen, and that's obviously not a guarantee either. So we want to make sure that we're accounting for that. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. Pretty average. Rip Your Wit. 1 and a white instant. Tap target creature. If it's your turn, put a stun counter on it and then draw a card. This is a nice way to play into those instant synergies, but nothing too crazy. Tapping is fine. And then maybe stunning it could be pretty powerful. And of course, this replaces itself. So cool. Nothing crazy. Between a 3 and a 4. It's not bad, so it's not a 1 or a 2, but it's between a 3 and a 4. Rehearsed Debater, 2 and a white, 3/3, so 3 for 3. Vigilance, and then it has Repartee whenever you cast, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Totally fine, but nothing too crazy. I do like a 3 mana, 3/3 with Vigilance, so I'll give it 4 out of 10. Restoration Seminar. This is a lesson. 5 and 2 white. Return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So just any non-land permanent card goes from graveyard to the battlefield. Paradigm. Then exile this spell. After you first resolve a spell with this name, you may cast a copy of it from exile without paying its mana cost at the beginning of each of your first main phases. What? Huh? Paradigm. Exile this spell. After you first resolve a spell with this name, you may cast a copy of it from exile without paying its mana cost at the beginning of each of your first main phases. That's insane. That you just get to do this you just get to return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield every single turn. It's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. That's probably a 9 out of 10 out of 10 territory, between a 9 and a 10 right there. That thing's insane. Shattered Acolyte, 1 and a white, 2/2 lifelink dwarf warlock. 1 sacrifices creature, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Always good to have this sort of effect. I do like that it's on a 2 mana, 2/2 with lifelink, so it's a useful body, and it can be there in case you desperately need it. Do love that. I do love that. So pretty solid, 4 out of 10. Soaring Stone Glider, 2 and a white, 4/3. At additional cost, cast a spell. Exile 2 cards from your graveyard or pay a 1 and a white. And it's got flying and vigilance. I think that that's rather expensive that it becomes 5 mana flying vigilant 4/3, or you're getting rid of 2 cards from your graveyard. Obviously, there are synergies with that. So I'll keep it at a 4 out of 10, but it's closing in on 3. Spirit Call Enthusiast, 2 and a white cat cleric, 3/3, so 3 mana, 3/3. Whenever one or more tokens you control enter, this creature becomes prepared. Cool. And then Scroll Boost, 1 and a white, 1 or 2 target creatures each get +2/+2. So you've got a sorcery speed combat trick, which really isn't a trick at all. It's just a way to buff your creatures. But it's on a 3 mana, 3/3, so totally fine. 4 out of 10. Stand Up for Yourselves, 2 and a white, destroy target creature with power 3 or greater. Obviously, that's going to be really, really strong. Most of the biggest threats in this are going to have power 3 or greater, or at least they're going to become having power 3 or greater. So premium removal, 5 out of 10, maybe even 6, but I'll say 5 because of the restraint. Stirring Hope Singer, 2 and a white, creature bird bard, 1/3 flying lifelink. It's got repartee, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control That's pretty strong. There's a lot of potential there. You're obviously taking a bit of a risk here for the 3 mana 1/3 flying, but there's a lot of upside if you manage to trigger this even just twice. And so because of that, I will give it a 5 out of 10. Stone Docent, I don't know. 1 and a white, 3/1. Okay, fine. Spirit Chimera. With a white, exile this card from your graveyard. You gain 2 life. Surveil 1. Activate only as a sorcery. So it's kind of way out of your graveyard. A perfectly fine body. I don't think this is great. This also can get sniped pretty easily with that 1 toughness, so we want to be careful of that. It's fine. I'll give it a 3 out of 10. And last but not least, we have Summoned Dromedary. Or Summoned Dromedary, I don't know. 3 and a white, Spirit Camel. So 4 mana, 4/3 Vigilance. You may 1 and a white, return this card from your graveyard to your hand. Activate only as a sorcery. I do like these cards that can come back, that can be fodder. In the late game when you're just drawing nothing and you hit a land. Oh, well, at least I can get my Spirit Camel back. They do pay dividends in that sense. It's more than enough to bump it up to a 4 out of 10, but I don't think it takes it beyond that. And those are the white cards. Nothing really too crazy. We had a couple mythics there that did surprise me that I thought were... I mean, obviously the one that has... Lord, I don't even remember what it was. Was it on this page? Let's see if... Yeah, it was. Paradigm. This thing is insane. This is definitely, like I said, like a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 is bomb. Like crazy bomb. Like you obviously have to have something to hit with this, but assuming you do, if that keeps dying, you can keep getting that thing back. I mean, this is insane. Absolutely insane. Obviously, this makes sense. Oh, some of these arts. Oh, it's going to be a pretty set. Oh, it's going to be a pretty set, isn't it? It's going to be a pretty set. Let's see another one. Let's see another, like, something that has a different printing, right? Come on. Something has to have a different printing that was also on this page. Yeah, it's just that. Yeah. Okay. Nothing too crazy. No. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I think white seems kind of weak, but we're just gonna have to see what the other colors actually lean into. Will say I talked about white and black not necessarily having a lot of synergy unless there's a lot of fodder enemies. There are plenty of fodder enemies between the Boros build and the Orzhov build, so you are gonna be totally fine there. And I'm liking how it's shaping up. This set looks really, really good. I'm getting more and more excited for it as I make these videos, which is exactly what we want Magic to do. So thank you guys for sitting through it with us. Let me know what you think down below. Did I get the reviews right? Did I get the reviews wrong? If it's after the cards came out, what was I right about? What was I wrong about? I want to know down in the comments below. You guys are what makes Worldcycle so awesome, so make sure you hit that like, comment, subscribe. Any and all of it is greatly appreciated, and especially the subscriptions change a little channel like us so much. So thank you guys for all the love and support. As always, we'll see you in whatever comes next, but until then, may those rolls be ever in your favor. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye, y'all.